So what does it look like to live in acceptance? The first piece is to give yourself the absolute freedom to live your passion with no attachment to what will happen when you do. And I so often see people where, they'll start doing it. They'll start living their passion. They'll start feeling good. They'll start feeling excited. They'll start going, it's happening. The energy is moving. I can feel it. And then something will happen. Maybe they got involved. Actually, a story that comes to mind right now. I had a client who she had gone and she had done quite a bit of healing work. This was actually before she even met me. She had gone and she had done quite a bit of healing work. And as a result of this healing work that she had done, incredible things started to open up in her life. For the first time, she was feeling alive. She was feeling inspired. She was feeling motivated. She started making massive transformations in her career. Her career started to really show up the way that she wanted it to. And in the midst of all of this, she meets a guy and she thinks, finally, everything's working out for me. It's all going the way I want it to. I'm so excited about it. And she was like riding the wave of this passion. Well, this guy turned out to be not the best guy. And he had done some pretty manipulative things and he had told her some lies. And basically what happened was, after a couple of months of seeing this guy, she realized he wasn't who she thought he was. She had to end the relationship with him and she was devastated. And what she did, and this is actually when she came to me for coaching, because what had happened to her when she was let down by that relationship was she lost her faith. And she said, everything that I was experiencing as a result of my passion, it was all a lie. And so the part that she was missing was that she didn't trust her context. She didn't trust that the passion was leading her to something. The first time that something came into her life that wasn't what she wanted, she threw it all out the window. Even though she had been feeling amazing for months, even though she had created massive changes in her career, even though all the other areas of her life were starting to open up in incredible ways. But because she got let down in this relationship, she lost her faith and she threw it all out. So you've got to give yourself the absolute freedom to live your passion with no attachment to what will happen when you do. You've got to be willing to accept what shows up and trust your context. Trust that my vibrational signature is bringing this into my life. And that means that it is relevant for me. That means this is a lesson that is going to elevate me to the next experience. So you can engage with thoughts about how or when the desires will manifest. Instead, you've got to be connected to and grateful for what is happening now. So the two things that are going to really get you off track here is falling into thoughts about how it's going to happen or when it's going to happen. That is going to take you out of the present moment. It's going to take you out of the living experience of having it happen like right now, of like being in your life right now, being in love with what is happening right now. And instead you question, why isn't it happening? When is it going to happen? How is it going to happen? What do I have to do to make it happen? Right? You fall out of your passion and you fall into the ego by engaging with thoughts about how or when it is going to manifest. Instead, you've got to be connected and grateful for what is happening now and be willing to integrate the lessons of what is happening now. Trust that whatever is manifesting for you is perfect for this moment. Accept and integrate the lessons it offers, and this will elevate you to the next step. So going back to that story that I shared about my client, what she really needed to do, and this is what I coached her on when she came to me, what she really needed to do was she needed to distill the lessons of that experience, right? So she started living her passion. Her whole life started showing up very differently. She started attracting things into her life that were unlike anything she had ever seen before. And then in the midst of all this amazing stuff, this toxic man shows up in her life. And she had a couple months of being in relationship with this toxic guy, and she got her heart broken. What she needed to do was trust that experience. She needed to trust that that was the perfect experience for this moment. She needed to distill the lessons from that, to be able to integrate the lessons. And that is what elevated her to the next step. Like, I want you to hear this. This is not a magic formula that as soon as you do it, everything's going to be amazing. This is a formula that is going to allow you to embody your truth. And when you embody your truth, you are going to attract what is in alignment with your truth. Sometimes what is in alignment with your truth is the manifestation of your desires. Sometimes. Other times, what is in alignment with your truth is a profound lesson that is going to make you more able to manifest your desires once you have learned it. And you've got to be open and willing to accept both. When something shows up that is not objectively what you wanted, you can't say, oh, everything's broken, everything's wrong, it's not working. You've got to say, okay, this is what life is bringing to me right now. This is what I need to learn. And learning that is going to increase your vibrational signature. It's going to bring you into more alignment with your highest truth and have more of what you attract be in alignment with what you desire in your deepest heart. Raise your hand if that makes sense what I'm saying right now. That's a big one because most of us just want it. Most of us are still living in the ego paradigm that says, just give me what I want. Just give me more of what I want. And we've got to elevate ourselves above that paradigm where it's not just give me what I want, but it's about let me receive what is right for me in this moment. Let life become my teacher that is going to shape me into the person that will be able to create the most amazing love in my life. Let me receive and integrate those lessons so life itself can be my teacher and have me become the most extraordinary version of myself.